Here's a look at the latest changes to the Small Business Administration's EIDL loan program. Brought to you by JenniferLangFinancialServices.com, where we help small business owners apply for SBA loans, commercial real estate loans, bank term loans, and small business owner retirement plans. Please remember to click the like button and subscribe to catch all of our financial news and retirement planning updates. The EIDL program provides key relief for businesses affected by COVID-19. The SBA is changing the affiliation rules for EIDL loans, which originally required an applicant to consider affiliation based on ownership, stock options, agreements to merge, management, and franchise and licensing agreements. The new rule instead aligns the EIDL with the SBA recently shuttered RRF, which states that a business in which an eligible entity has an equity interest or a right to profit distributions of not less than 50%, or in which an eligible entity has the contractual authority to control the direction of the business, provided that such affiliation shall be determined as of any arrangements or agreements in existence as of January 31, 2020. The change will help streamline the application process for new loans, the SBA said, and will help the agency review more loans before the end of the year deadline. The SBA is changing the appeals process for businesses that have been denied in EIDL twice. Applicants originally had to appeal directly to the director of the Disaster Assistance Processing Disbursement Center, but the SBA is changing that to the director or its designees to help speed up the process. It will also give the administrator the authority to review any rejected loan and make a final decision. The SBA is also expanding eligibility for EIDL loans, which were originally limited to businesses with 500 or fewer employees. Now, businesses in certain industries can apply for EIDL if they have 500 or fewer per physical location. The SBA did the same thing for Paycheck Protection Program loans. Now those businesses can apply for multiple loans. Those industries include Sector 61, Educational Services, Sector 71, Arts, Entertainment and Recreation, Sector 72, Accommodation and Food Services, Subsector 213, Support Activities for Mining, Subsector 315, Apparel Manufacturing, Subsector 448, Clothing and Clothing Accessories Stores, Subsector 451, Sporting Good, Hobby, Book and Music Stores, Subsector 481, Air Transportation, Subsector 485, Transit and Ground Passenger Transportation, Subsector 487, Scenic and Sightseeing Transportation, Subsector 511, Publishing Industries, except Internet, Subsector 512, Motion Picture and Sound Recording Industries, Subsector 515, Broadcasting, except Internet, Subsector 532, Rental and Leasing Services, and Subsector 812, Personal and Laundry Services. The SBA also highlighted NICS Industry Group 3121, such as breweries, wineries, and distilleries, as eligible for the newly expanded eligibility. Before this rule change, EIDL proceeds could only be used for working capital and not to pay any debts. However, the SBA said that the length of the pandemic had forced many small business owners to take short-term loans and other forms of credit and are now struggling to deal with it. So now the SBA is expanding the eligible use of proceeds to include all forms of business debt, including federal agency loans. EIDL funds can be used to make debt payments, pay deferred interest, and even prepay business debt, although businesses cannot prepay federal agency debt. The newly expanded eligibility means corporations can now have multiple loans, so the SBA is capping the total amount of EIDL proceeds at $10 million per corporation, according to the new interim final rule. The agency, in light of the new rules, will be revisiting its application process to include a request for industry code. It will also be consolidating several forms, including Forms 3501, 3502, and 3503, into a single form. The goal is to reduce the burden on applicants so they only need to enter information once. It will also revise questions related to calculating economy injury to help automate the new process. In response to COVID-19, small business owners, including agricultural businesses and nonprofit organizations in all U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and territories can apply for the COVID-19 Economic Injury Disaster Loan, EIDL. If you have been in business for at least 2 years, we have lenders standing by ready to help. Visit us online today. It's easy to pre-qualify, and in some cases, funds are available within 7 business days. Log on to jenniferlangfinancialservices.com to get started.